What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matcast here. And we're casting the grand finals, everyone. Divine Tier Z Factor versus WSS Hellbears. The reigning champs versus the up-and-coming heroes. Man, I'm excited for tonight. It's going to be such a great night. Best of 5 series. We'll get to these bands in a second, but I just gotta say, this is gonna be such a beautiful series. I can tell already these teams, they've scrimmed each other, they're so evenly matched. I think it's gonna be a long night, which is bad for my voice, but good for me, because I love it. And oh boy, hold on, we gotta get into this draft, because Z Factor have been given the Manga Dormu Mars. Instantly, a power pick coming out. We see Z Factor ban out the Doom, no surprise. WSS Hellbears banning out the Void and Veno, also not surprising. These two teams, they know each other so well. They're going to take every opportunity to take out each other's signature heroes. And Hellbears, they've taken the Winter Wyvern, an excellent position 5. No boy. I don't know if you all can hear it in my voice or not, but I am so hyped for this game. You know, I came into AD2L, and my first cast was Z Factor, and I kind of just coincidentally kept casting them, and man, am I glad that that's the case. So we got a Lena. Have to imagine that's going to be the Dops Lena. Yeah, I accidentally came in, or not accidentally, I chose to come in, and my first cast, coincidentally, was the Z Factor game, and then I kept casting Z Factor. And I love the Dota they play. I love these Divine teams. I love watching their strategies. I love watching their style come out. So we are blessed today with this series. We are at the end of the first phase here, hoping to see Hellbears pick up a carry here. That's the more traditional style nowadays, the way that the draft is sort of tilted on over. I'm sure both these teams may be wishing they could play Dire Tide. You know, both of these teams, they want to win. They want to win so that they can claim their champion status. They can get that prize pool. But also, the faster they win, the sooner you can get back to earning those Roshan candies. As Lifestealer. Going to be the pick, so we will see the carry. A good pick into the Mars and the Lena. Due to that Enrage, the delayed stuns aren't amazing. Into a Lifestealer. Now with this banning phase, it looks like Z Factor have taken out the Zeus. No surprise there. Hellbears do love to play it. Will they also take out an Earth Spirit this game? We'll have to wait and see. But I have to imagine we're going to see Hellbears start banning out some of these hard carries. Looking forward. There's one that I was just about to say. The signature Terror Blade. I have to imagine the Spectre to come as well here. A Z Factor removed the Slardar. As we all know, Love and Laughter loves to play these hard carries. Let his team do the 4 protect 1 strat. It works really well for him. They'll remove the Drow. The Spectre, PA, and Sven still in the pool. And I think no matter what, Z Factor will probably be happy with the carry that they get here.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Now, Z Factor's turn to ban. They're taking quite a bit of time to deliberate here, and they will remove the Storm Spirit. Another one of those magical burst mid laners that really carry the flow of the game. So I am not too surprised to see that hero removed.
Turn to pick.
But there's Hellbears with the instant clapback, taking out the Xenon Ember Spirit. Totally unsurprising. Does leave quite a few carries in the pool, and they will pick up the Treant Protector for themselves. A hero that I've been seeing coming back as well in a major way. Feels very good right now. Now, Z Factor.
Remain.
Looks like they're going to have the opportunity here to select their hard carry. And it looks like my internet may be chugging just a bit right now. Stick with it. We're only in the draft, and I'm hoping it'll clear up. Now is not the day I want to have internet issues.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Oh no. Alright, Z Factor. They'll pick up the Undying. It is a lane dominator. Will work very well if it goes into that Treant Protector. So I'm not too, usually I'm not a huge fan of the Undying, but this is a pretty good lane for it.
5 seconds.
And we'll still have to see what carry they want to pair it up with.
Turn to pick.
Bloodseeker.
And it looks like Hellbears will take that off-lane Bloodseeker. That will be their choice for this game.
Remain.
Hero that honestly has kind of fallen off since his moment of triumph. For a while there, he was a big player in the off lane. Zai kind of popularized that hero, but he's fallen off a bit now. Just 1 second, everyone.
It is Radiant spam.
Phantom Assassin.
Alright, and it looks like Z Factor, they will pick up that PA. That's a very love and laughter style hero. A hero that likes to spread off and get some farm, but eventually, group up and be a powerhouse. I think definitely the opportunity will be there this game. Does have to be a bit careful. A lot of melee heroes into a Winter Wyvern is not what you want to see. Not at all. Or maybe not exactly not what you want to see, but definitely quite dangerous. Something that you'll have to be careful around. Now we enter into the final set of bans. Z Factor here. They are looking to take out mid laners, deciding what they want. They've already gotten rid of 2, the Storm and the Zeus. So that pool is already limited.
To ban.
It looks like they'll take out the Magnus. A mid that's definitely fallen off, but is still available.
Seconds. 5 seconds remain.
Now it's time for Hellbears. Also looking to take out the mid. That is a very good choice. The Xenon Death Prophet is quite a common pickup. So I'm not too surprised to see that hero removed.
Seconds. 5 seconds.
Now,
It is Dyer's
Puck will be the final ban for Z Factor. Another one of those magical burst control heroes. Not surprised there.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds remain.
Final band now for Hellbears. Coming out at any moment. And they will remove the OD. Now Z Factor have to work with kind of a bit of maybe limited mid pool for Xenon. Let's see what they pick up. Maybe something like a DK's in that sort of vein of the heroes they like to play.
Seconds.
And add a little bit of control.
5 seconds.
Or something totally different. We'll just have to wait and see.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Oh, there it is! The DK pops up, unsurprising. Now we'll be able to make our way into the game. Once we see the final pick here from Hellbears.
5 seconds remain. Select your
Alright, and we'll get a Leshrac, a bit of an unorthodox pick, but, you know, not one that I'm too surprised to see, really. As it is that sort of magical burst. Looking at this draft, this does feel like a really, really solid Z-Factor draft here. But it is a bit of... The Undying always gives me pause. However, I feel like they have the real potential to fight in this Hellbears lineup, as Hellbears kind of lacks that initiation factor this game, which is a little concerning to me. But we'll be getting into the game very, very soon here. Please do not hesitate to let me know if there are quality issues, as I do definitely see the bitrate causing some issues. Hopefully it shouldn't be a problem, but we're just gonna have to wait and find out here, as there is currently not much that I can do about it, as we're in this game. But that's just what we gotta deal with. Alright, but here we go into the very first game of this grand final series.
prepare for battle.
And we've lost Mangadormu. We've got to pause. Since we're back in the game... Oh, look, we've already got the pumpkin heads, the spooky Priora. So let's go ahead and take a look at these lanes in front of us. It looks like we've got Love and Laughter Priora, no surprises there, an Undying PA lane. Bit of aggression coming out of Hellbears here, as they're playing 3 towards the bottom. Don't imagine this to be a tri-lane or anything, in fact. Given that it's Master here, it's definitely not a tri-lane. But they're just currently making a bit of a play. Now, the Undying is going to be interesting, playing into this Bloodseeker Treant Protector combo. The Bloodseeker Tree are both melee heroes, which Undying does love. Spooky high fives, though, not coming out. Fiora actually going to take a lot of damage. Maybe in trouble of going down to a first blood really early here as Master also rotating in. Fiora, though, has the jukes. Oh, a big strength skill. Will it be enough to save Fiora? He's running away, trying to get out. He may be able to juke this. No! He will fall, and first blood will go to Hellbears. We have a bloody start to this game.
Wonderful.
And with that, we go into the lanes here. Looking at this mid lane, it is a DK lane, so that usually means that both teams farm just fine in the mid lane. As kill potential, not really possible. Worth noting, though, that Lesh does have very high magic burst, so Xenon may have to be a little bit careful. Up in the top lane, what is usually, I'd say, a very powerful lane, the Lina Mars lane, may have to be a little bit careful as it's hard to get a kill onto control here. But that Wyvern is a much more available and juicy target. Down bottom, despite the rough start, have to imagine that Love and Laughter is going to do just fine. So is Lethal Kittens as Bloodseeker. He's very hard to force out of any lanes, really. And we're seeing this little mid exchange here. Nothing really too much going on, as both teams are just sort of duking it out. Set up top, though. A lot of action happening around this pull cap, and Magadormu actually has to be a bit careful. He might take a bit too much damage, however, with that LSA and a stun, suddenly it might be a bit of a turnaround. Oh, or is it Magadormu? Looks like he will fall, pops the Fairy Fire, and a big LSA from Dops, but doesn't commit to the kill. Meanwhile, they actually somehow do get the kill. Guess a creep got it. Which is definitely surprising, but exactly what Hellbears needed out of that top lane. As Roloff salved up, bringing himself out some more regen. Both of them pretty happy with the way that's going. Yeah, mid lane, just such an even trade, but both carries doing pretty well for themselves, despite the 2 kills on the side of Hellbears. This Prior is just trying to brawl, but has to be so very careful. It's a nice strength steal. Keep himself healthy. It still feels like the trade's not really working out, as Love and Laughter can't really provide much outside of a dagger. And that's not the best sign, because if Priora can't really start to dominate this lane hard, it's going to be a rough game, as right now, Lethal Kittens is free farming on par with the PA. Which is not what you want to see out of the enemy offlaner when you're on an Undying whose big power spike is this laning stage. Top, though. Troll taking a lot of damage here. Dops playing this Lina, she has an incredible ability to harass. That pizza spin animation in combination with this attack range. You can just pull up the range without the bar, but you can see just how long that attack range really is. Taking a lot of damage, though. As down bottom, Dura also took a lot of damage, but did not go down. And it looks like here Lina is just going into a cast range item, not going for Yules for setup or anything like that. Mid. Farm fest continues. However, DK doing a pretty good job of preventing most of this CS. Obviously, Master's able to use the splitter to farm some of it, but DK does have pretty high damage. therefore is doing a pretty good job of staying ahead in the CS department. Alright, looks and sounds good, thank God! OBS is just lying to me then. OBS says I'm dropping 65% of my frames. But anyways, not to let that slow me down. Okay, now this is going to be an important moment here, although not the way that they want it to go, as I think Priora wanted to make a move, but just doesn't have the mana. Dops will secure a bounty rune, and that will end up being a total of 2 bounty runes for his team, as unable to get the jump out there. So it will be, it looks like a 2-for-2 trade-off of the bounty runes. Indeed, it will be. This Mangadormu takes a couple of hits. And the one benefit to the Winter Wyvern, the harass, when that Arctic Burn is up, is very useful. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I kinda hate Wyvern's abilities names. It's like, they're so easy to confuse, right? You've got Splinter Blast, which is the best one, but then you've got Arctic Burn, Cold Embrace, and Winter's Curse. Like, they're 3 different cold names. It sometimes throws me off. As that ward goes down, we'll be instantly dewarded here, I have to imagine. But they're making it go onto Mangadormu. The pushback will be there, as well as the stun into the tree. Mangadormu manages to get out, but it may cost them Dops' life. However, Dops is speedy. Doesn't even have the boots, just the 2 stacks. But this will give Lethal Kittens everything that he wants. That move and attack speed. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, going back here just for a moment, you can see the fight for the runes. Xenon's going to put down the Dragon Tail, grab that regen rune, has a bottle as well, and I think is actually at a bit of risk of death here. It actually will fall! So a 3rd kill going the way of Hellbears. Look at this, they're making a dive for Priora as well. Will they find the courier? Yes! And before the items come out as well, that is probably the worst situation that could happen. The only thing worse would be if one of their heroes died. Look at this now, Master's going to be able to push that mid lane, get that damage out there. But they are making a play onto Lethal Kittens. They do have pretty good slow. Love and Laughter going to tank the silence. I'm not sure if they're going to continue this commit, as the zombies are gone. Now they'll have to just dance around the tombstone. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, we have to come away for a second, as Dops and Mangadormu both getting very low. However, no, Dops doesn't get the LSA off in time. Will die to the Splinter Blast. Now Mangadormu has to be the one to run away, and will survive for now. But so far this game going very, very well for Hellbears. As mid, we have a go from Xenon onto Masters. Masters is actually taking a lot of damage, but now there's no more creeps. Suddenly it's Xenon in trouble. Xenon will die again, and this is 5-0 in favor of Hellbears. What a start for them. That regeneration rune doesn't do much when you can't dodge the damage.
All fears fading.
Well, look at this. Axel has put down the ward on the high ground. Dops' little tree play will not work. Dops is just going to get harassed back. However, Axel does take quite a bit of damage. The spear is not there. No mana to commit it. Now Dops might be in trouble. Getting slowed down. She has to be careful. Trying to give herself the move speed. Will she be able to turn and get the LSA? Yes, but it won't be enough. We'll tick to the Arctic Burn. Down bottom, too. Just a disastrous laning phase. Priora does manage to heal herself up, and this actually might be a big turnaround. As suddenly Lethal Kitten's in a lot of trouble. Priora will not die. And Love and Laughter's going with one more right click, should have it, and does. The tree damage is there from Fire Fist. It will get that consolation prize. But that's a kill on the board for Z Factor, and it's on their carry. However, going to the 10-minute mark, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the net worth, and actually, despite all these kills, it's looking pretty okay for the side of Z Factor. PA is farming just fine. Obviously, 500 gold lead for the Leshrac, but I bet you if we go over to the levels, yeah, a level advantage as well. Actually, let's take a further look at that. Level 8 and 3/4, level 9, okay, and 2/3. So yeah, about a full level advantage, which is a big deal, obviously. And now with these bounty runes, it looks like it's going to be 3 for 1. You hate to see it in favor of Hellbears. Just weren't quite able to set up in time. Now look at this. Love and Laughter is actually farming pretty well for himself, despite the tough lane. And, oh wow. Thought Xenon was maybe showing up for a kill here. But nothing will happen. Will they be able to siege? They've already lost their mid tower. Importantly, I do believe they lost it. That doesn't tell me. In the side lane. Did lose it pretty early, I think, but now look at this, however. Love and Laughter taking a lot of damage as he's just standing in the roots for a last hit. I do think they're going to get a kill onto Fire Fist here. Indeed they will. Up top, though. Megadormu. That's not where you want to be. Is he going to go for a kill here? I don't think he will really be able to. He's going to turn, try and block the damage, but he will just get clapped down. And Masters is just pushing a tier 2 without fear. Gets half damage onto it at 11 minutes. It's a bold start for the side of Hellbears. However, maybe Masters has gone a bit too far forward. No, he won't get punished.
I'll take that.
It feels like, right now at least, this Leshrac is kind of running away with this phase of the game. Has a Yule Scepter completed and 1,200 gold on top of that. At this, though, they spot out the rotation. Top tower, though, likely to fall here. Megadormu will struggle. EA is just going to leave the lane. There's a Veil done alright for Bloodseeker as well. Isn't the best fight. No, Megadormu, he's just being gone on again. The ultimate from the Lifestealers there. He will survive. And he will begin TPing down bottom as they'll take out the Treant Protector. Will they be able to find anything else? A DD popped on Xenon. I don't think we're going to see any more bloodshed. Instead, we're going to see the Z-Factor lose their top tower. Xenon with this DD got good damage into the mid T1, but did not secure it, and they have a Treant Protector. That chip damage could be dealt with very quickly. Up top, this tower will now fall. Look at this, though. They have a big setup in the mid lane. And it looks like this Leshrac will die to Laguna Blaze there as well. But Axel has the ability to drop that Winter's Curse. And it will do a lot of damage. But Megadormu is still alive. Will drop to the tower. Actually was denied by Xenon. Oh, but there is an ultimate onto Dops. Dops, though, smartly instantly hits that teleport button. So a very, very nice fight for Z-Factor. As they take out that farmed mid laner, and they do lose the Mars, but it was a deny. To be honest, is Arctic Burn deniable? I don't know what kind of deniable damage they have. I guess Arctic Burn must be deniable. There it is. Right, once again, screw it all up. And this Love and Laughter, despite seemed like maybe a rough lane, has actually been farming quite well, top of the net worth before this Battle Fury comes out. But Hellbears, they rightly notice that all of the ultimates have been used. There will not be a strong fight if Z-Factor decide to defend. However, it looks like Z-Factor may be putting up that resistance. However, Dops in a lot of trouble, but maybe the Bloodseeker went too far. Gets blinked on by Xenon, taking a lot of damage. However, does get healed up. A big ultimate from Fire Fist to slow them all down. Now Xenon trapped in a lot of heroes, and he will probably go down as well. The arena is there, and it's a pretty good one. But they're just not able to really secure the kills off of this, as so far, it's a disaster for Z-Factor. They lose 4 heroes and buy back on Dops for no kills. as Master doesn't even get taken out. And with that, they'll be able to push down this tower. Now the net worth lead goes up and up for the side of Hellbears. However, it is worth noting that the vast majority of that is from the poor start that Mangadormu had, as well as the supports of Z-Factor. You see PA keeping up just fine, DK a little bit behind. They're definitely behind, but a fight or two could turn it around, absolutely, especially if they get objectives on top of that.
All in service to imbalance.
So look at that instant D-Sentry. Fiora just TP out. You have the TP, but will not commit for the kill on control. You will just take the courier, which is just as good. Dops. Position 4. Feels so poor. Trying to get these mana boots online. Real question is, will they be able to get a kill here? Oh, what a beautiful initiation onto control. But there's nothing to stop the TP. Rage TP is too powerful. So there are actually no BKB piercing disables this game. It will be entirely upon the eventual basher from Love and Laughter, but that is obviously a long, long ways off. And look at this. They know that Love and Laughter's there. They're going to try and make a play. The silence will connect, and Love and Laughter, I don't think you're getting out of this one alive. We'll try and get the turnaround Priora, trying to get a save, but it will not happen. The heal just not powerful enough. They will lose their carry. Is on the precipice of getting that BK or that Battle Fury and will be delayed further. Look at the movement from Hellbears. They're taking over the triangle. However, Priora's in the area and has found Fire Fist. Fire Fist will just TP out, but a big arena. Suddenly, Fire Fist isn't going to be there to help. A Winter's Curse does come out onto Mangadormu. And Lethal Kitten's going to start running away. They will definitely lose the Winter Wyvern, but that's honestly a trade that you're probably okay with. As Lethal Kittens has a lot of his move speed, so they may actually try and go back in. Indeed, they will get a silence onto Dops. Dops is very low, but will they lose Masters for it? The Blink, the Stun from the Dragon Tail, the Dagger. Masters dropping low, but a lot of heals on him. It will not be enough. Fire Fist, the next target, as they walk through the silence, just ignoring this Bloodseeker. And that is a very good fight. As we will open up the fight recap and see that's 1,000 gold. That's a big swing for the side of Z-Factor at this stage of the game. That will also secure Love and Laughter his BKB. As this is the one kind of unfortunate thing about the Bloodseeker, is he feels good unless the enemy team just ignores you. In which case, sometimes you feel like a walking silence that people can just walk out of. Speaking of just walking things, Fiora's Undying. Again, as I always am forced to say, through no fault of Priora, Undying does have some saves. And did pretty good in that fight, but just doesn't feel like the impact that I'd really hope to see out of a position 5 at this stage of the game. This is Xenon going straight into the BKB. Finds himself a Vampire Fangs off of the little Kobold. Lena now has the Mana Boots completed, going still into that Aether Lens. But look at this setup from Dire. They know there's no Dragon Form, but it should be coming up quite soon. 3 seconds. Question is, will Radiant look to make a play off this? Love and Laughter not in the area. It looks like they will let it fall. But this is the perfect timing for Hellbears. Now they'll be able to get this outpost and get whatever they want out of the map. Love and Laughter, though, farming up a storm, getting into this game. This is the classic Z-Factor experience here. Will find himself an Imp Claw as well. Definitely a pretty good item for the hero. Priora is actually going for This medallion, not at all a bad item. Buffs up your PA, debuffs the enemy. And this little siege top is going to result in nothing. Down bottom, Mangadormu. Maybe in a position to look for something. However, they have very little vision of the high ground. Oh no, that sentry is not going to catch that observer ward. This is what you'd love to see from your supports, and now Priora may just feed his life away. It looks like actually they'll try and make it go onto Xenon, but Xenon is just able to leave. Now it's up to the catch onto Priora. However, with a nice Mars ulti, they maybe could turn this around. It looks like Mangadorm is waiting in the area, but unfortunately it will not connect. Goes for Masters instead, and now they're forced to full retreat. Undying did get a tombstone down, but it will get quickly cleaned up, and actually Dops gets hit under the tower. A nice blink stun from Xenon. They're actually dealing pretty good damage, but the mech will come out. And now the disarm as well onto Xenon means that he will be unable to really attack this stage. You manage to successfully leave, and there's no creeps for them. Oh, a nice little Dragon Tail to prevent the push out. Obviously not going to be any follow-up. This whole time, they're buying time for Love and Laughter to come online, to be the carry that they need him to be. And with that, they may have actually done enough to stifle this top push, although it looks like Hellbears are more than willing to go into this bottom lane. Xenon has to be a bit careful not to get caught out. Up top as well, Mangadormu. They get wrapped on. Look at this play. However, so far they've just found Priora. Priora is very much not where he wants to be and will fall quickly. But that may have saved their DK's life. And Z-Factor have a very good idea of where the enemy heroes are. It looks like Dops is going to be forced to run up onto the high ground. But we'll just pop a salve and be okay. The second tier 2 will fall. Love and Laughter has almost finished up that Deso. However, they have vision. Get this vision from the side of Dire. They're going to make a play for Love and Laughter. And I have to imagine that it will connect unless the blink out is there. And indeed it is. Z-Factor lucky not to lose their PA there. That will also complete the Desolator, and it looks like they actually want to make a fight happen here. They don't have DK ulti for another 5 seconds. However, they will be going through many, many wards here, as DK will get spotted out immediately, as will Priora. But instead, they will elect to go up to their triangle and continue farming. Meanwhile, the Lifestealer is farming up a Storm himself, has the evasion from that Halberd. Going for the MKB next item, as Dops falls in the mid lane. Dops, she has completed that Aether, but I have to wonder how much it will really accomplish without setup, I suppose. The extra range on the LSA into a Marzel may be enough. A Z-Factor, of course, to try and trade a tier 1 into a tier 2, but they may not even be able to do that, as all of the side of Dire come in. They want to find Xenon, and I think they might just do it. Xenon doesn't have a BKB or anything, and is feeling pretty doomed at this stage. A nice little pin, but it's not going to matter. He will fall. Goes for an ambitious TP, with the, but will not be able to get out. Now, the living armor comes out. This poor tower will get healed right back up. You see Masters completing up both the Yules and the Kaya. Bloodseeker going for a halberd of his own, so it may be difficult, even with items, for Love and Laughter to do a ton into all of this disarm. However, some of it will have to be used on this DK. Those BKB timings are actually going to be pretty huge, as the one downside to Hellbears' lineup is that they do rely quite a lot on magical damage and control. Now, they do obviously have BKB piercing disable, as we see them take the Roach on here, but the piercing disable isn't really going to win them fights, I don't think, into BKBs. Especially when they're long form BKBs. 5-second BKB, maybe I could see it. But these 10-second BKBs aren't going to care. And it might be enough to get Z-Factor back into this game. However, those BKBs are all still a ways away. This Bangadormu and Dops are forced to use ultimates just to kill the trio. Will they be able to actually siege this tower this time? Hope so. We'll break the trees, so there will be no surprise TPs. They do have a siege wave coming, so this is probably their best chance to get this tier 1. It looks like they will do so. Bangadormu will even secure the last hit, now closer to that BKB. Love and Laughter as well, getting very close himself. I think with these timings, they'll probably look to take a fight. Even perhaps into an Aegis. It is all dependent on those timings. Priora will get a DD. What will he be able to do? You see a smoke. It was pinged out. No vision, so... Love and Laughter, though, rightfully going up onto the high ground. This invasion isn't really going to work out for the side of Hellbears unless they get a wrap onto this DK, who is exposed, is now going up, and will pop the smoke, but immediately blink away and TP out. As Priora will tank the gank, but that's exactly what you want. You absolutely want to tank that gank as Priora. Now the BKB is complete for Love and Laughter. However, look at this Dire rotating in so quickly. Love and Laughter has to be careful. Will get spotted out by Masters, will get lifted up. And you have to imagine that this will be a very dead... No, the timing's not actually there. The BKB, though, never got delivered. The courier's just sitting there with the BKB. Might be able to survive and actually doesn't even get it. Oh, no, that's disastrous. Now, that's a 3-minute delay on the BKB. Hellbears, they're striking now. They see Dops, they're paying. They're looking for something more here. That Obs Ward will spot them out. They won't even be able to clear it. Oh, Priora wants to get the last hit. Will not, though. And now Dops also in trouble, forced to run away. However, it doesn't look like Dops will get caught. She will escape this time. Look at this. They're instantly ready to siege this high ground. And importantly, Love and Laughter doesn't have buyback. Spent it all on the BKB that was not acquired. However, the creep's being cut. Fortify is there, but that will actually probably result in the creep wave surviving. And now, will they be able to force them out before they get the lane? It doesn't look good for them. Dops gets on up, loses half of her HP as well. Bangadormu still looking for something. Age is going to expire in about a minute. A nice blink stun. Xenon pops the BKB, so will not be able to get disabled here for a second. Bangadormu as well pops the BKB. A huge arena locks in the 3 cores on the side of Hellbears. However, an equally powerful Arctic Burn will put Xenon into a lot of trouble. And then, as well, the Root, the Meteor Hammer, is going to take out Xenon and Priora as well, and they do not have buyback. The BKB is not available for Love and Laughter. Love and Laughter drops. They pop the Aegis. They get the Lifestealer, but at what cost? As they get the lane, they get 3 kills. And now they're probably just going to set up for bottom. Another minute without this PA. And what are they to do? Those were the 10-second BKBs on both the Mars and the DK. Yeah, look at this. Just no hesitation. Hellbear setting up to push in, making a confident statement with this first game. saying, we'll let you have your Mars. What are you going to do? We're still going to win. Now this is an even tougher fight for Z Factor. The Mars ult up in 6 seconds. DK ult up soon as well. They have the Tombstone available. And look at this. Xenon is just going for the Divine Rapier. I'm not sure if that's the right play. Another big arena. However, this time, Masters has that BKB himself. He is not going to get taken down, but he is just forced to TP away, and they'll instantly lose Priora and the Tombstone. However, they do have the BKB PA in 10 seconds. They might not have it just yet, but look at that, a beautiful pin. The Bloodseeker actually taking a lot of damage off very fast, but another beautiful Winner's Curse will prevent that damage from coming out. The disarm as well, and still the BKB's not there. Finally popped, but it came out too late. Too little, too late, unfortunately. And I think Hellbears have just taken the first game of the series convincingly. And it all started when that courier didn't deliver the BKB to Love and Laughter. And then Love and Laughter had to take a second fight with no BKB. A third fight with the BKB only coming out when he was already on 10 HP. And I am pretty certain this game 1 is over here. If I'm in the side of Z Factor right now, I'm taking a second to consider the next game, figure out what went wrong in this one, and yeah, just do their best to get a handle on it. This Priora will fall again. Man, Mangadormu, he's been doing such a good job of getting these ultimates off all game, but Axel's counterplay has just been huge. With every big arena, instantly there's a big Winner's Curse. And then what can you do? Z Factor definitely just taking the time to think about the next game here. This game pretty clearly over. So they'll try and make a play onto Axel. They will manage to get the kill, but the Ancient will fall. GG. Called after the Ancient drops. But that was... What an opening statement from Hellbears in this series. They came in, they played into a lot of what Z Factor wants to play, and they just said, we don't care, we're going to beat you anyways, and they did. And that is going to set us up for a very interesting rest of the series here, as we have at least 2 more games, hopefully 4. I'll be back in just a minute with game number 2. But for now, I will leave you all with my break screen and some nice music.